Hey, I'm Alex from Marc's Usability. In this video, we're going to go over a Permobil M3, but this Permobil M3 is almost one of a kind. There's very few chairs I've ever seen with this Movis type attendant control bracket on the back. I'm just going to hop right in what makes this special, and then I'm going to go through the other features of the chair. So what is super cool about this back here, most attendant controls, you are able to still navigate and drive the person from the back, from the rear of the chair. But what is not always great about that is it doesn't always respond naturally like you think it would with the small attendant control. This is more of a handlebar like a bicycle, and you're going to have a forward and reverse throttle. So you are going to be able to navigate this chair and actually turn it with the handlebars like you would a bicycle. And I can tell you that if you are going to turn, it is a natural feeling whether you're going forwards or backwards on the driving of this chair. And I'll show you more of this when I go outside so that you can see a lot more of the actual maneuverability of it. But this chair is going to be listed a little bit higher than some of the other ones because this is a very expensive piece to put onto a chair. It is kind of custom that I've only seen on a few chairs ever since we've been buying these Permobils, but this is a very awesome device for a caregiver to have to easily navigate somebody around their home. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you just the overall functions of this chair, but once again, stay tuned to the end of the video. I will show you a lot more of that on the outside of what that can do. Now this particular chair does have about 4 miles of total drive distance on the unit. And it is going to have a 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs, lights on the unit, and then possibly a little bit of anterior tilt. And I'll show you all of that here as we go through the different functions. It is a mid-wheel drive chair, so you are going to have your 14-inch drive wheel in the middle. You're going to have 7-inch caster wheels in the front and the back. Mid-wheel is going to be the more compact driving configurations of chairs in the market. So a chair like this is going to be something good for inside or inside a mobility van, smaller spaces, but you can take it outside. You just want to be a little bit more compact ground than maybe if you went with a front-wheel driven unit. But I'm going to hop right in and go through the functions themselves. Here you have what's called an ICS box behind the joystick with 4 buttons on it. First button is going to be your electric seat lift, which is going to raise up 12 inches. That's going to be a very nice feature to have because you are still able to drive the chair when the seat is elevated. It's just going to drive at a little bit of reduced speed. Now the Permobil M3s go a little over 6 miles an hour, so they are a nice quick chair, but it is one of the most comfortable driving chairs that they make on the market. So this is what you're going to look like with your seat all the way elevated. Once again, you still can drive it in this position, and I'll show you at the end of the video me driving it in the elevated position as well. But now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring that back down. On the base, you are going to have built-in tie-down points. So you're going to have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. So if you use any public transportation or you have your own straps, you can strap it down right there. But these chairs are also going to be compatible with an Easy Lock or a Q-Lock locking system inside your van. So if that's something that you need, this is going to be a compatible unit with some of those docking stations. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is going to be the electric tilt. Electric tilt is going to be basically staying in a seated position but being pulled backwards. What that's going to do is take the pressure off the lower half of your body and apply that pressure to your back. It's going to help increase circulation throughout the lower half, which could help people that struggle with some type of pressure sores or just trying to be in a more comfortable position. But tilt is a very useful function to have on a chair. Now, while you are in a tilted position, you are also able to elevate your legs. I will tell you that the legs do just stay out with gravity, so you will see it here slide in a second. But I just want to show you what it would look like if you are sitting in this chair and you did want to give your feet above your heart, because that is a medically necessary thing for some individuals out there on the market. So you are able to elevate your feet above your heart to be in this type of position, and with your legs all the way up, it would look more like this if somebody was sitting in the chair. Like I said, gravity pulls the legs back down, but you are able to get their feet above the heart. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the tilt back down and do the recline simultaneously at the same time. Recline is pretty straightforward. Recline is just basically your back going backwards so that you can lay more flat in the unit, and you are able to do the tilt and the recline at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to keep bringing the recline back out, and then I'm going to push your legs back to the position they should be in. But this is close to what you're going to look like. It is going to be close to 180-degree lay flat position with the recline. I'm going to get out of the way here so that you can see it. So this is what you would look like if you wanted to sleep in it and kind of use it as a bed. This would be your full recline position. So now I'm going to bring the recline back up and bring the legs back in at the same time, just to save time for the video purposes. I'll also mention that the Permobil does come with 60 amp gel recessed post batteries. So if you're in need of batteries for this chair or any other chair on the market, give us a call. We can typically ship those batteries right to your home. And if you are a user of one of these, or you are interested or have questions or comments, please leave those below in the video. We would try to accommodate some of the questions and comments that you might be able to list for us there. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is going to be the anterior tilt. That's just going to be a little bit of a forward tilting position. It's going to help you be like what they call active reach, get a little bit closer to something, and or be able to get your weight forward to be able to help transfer out of the chair if that is something that you need to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that tilt back down and show you that here on the joystick, you do have a swing away joystick. So you're able to pull this joystick to the side of the arm so that you have less obstruction in the front. It helps you be able to pull forward closer to get to a table, and or if you're going to push off the armrest to get out of the chair, it is going to help not have your joystick and your electronics here right at the front. So now I want to show you here one other thing in the back. It is going to come with a built-in Allen key. That's going to be very useful to adjust many different pivot points on the headrest, width of the armrest, the length of the legs, a lot of different things. Now the Permobil does have a 330 pound weight capacity. And as I go ahead and turn this unit around to the front, reason why I mentioned the weight capacity is it is 330 pound weight capacity is the max, but I also want to let you know if we are selling one of these chairs, we do send out a measuring chart and we are going to fit this chair to your size. So no matter if you're 6'5", 330 pounds, or you're 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, we can make this exact chair fit your size. It's very easy to customize the colors. So if it's a chair that you like, one like this that has very minimal usage with this type of attendant control on the back, we can make this fit to your size. I'm just going to go ahead and give you what the measurements are on this actual chair. It measures about 19 inches wide by about 22 inches in depth. So this was set up for a little bit taller of an individual. They had swing away lateral pads here as well for the chest laterals. These do swing out of the way, but that's going to be useful if you have somebody that doesn't have trunk control. It does going to kind of go right here around their rib cage and going to hold them more upright, and you'll kind of see that when I drive it here towards the end of this video. Armrests do flip up on both sides, so if you need to transfer out for either side, you can. And the joystick can be mounted on the right or the left-hand side. Currently underneath the other side is a USB port, so if you want to charge your computer or your phone, you are able to do that. And then this person, obviously, that had this chair before did have some trunk control issues, so they do actually have a chest belt on here, plus they have the lateral pads, and then a seat belt is going to be standard as well on the unit. Foot plates do flip up for easy access on both sides. They are height adjustable, so we would fit that to your size before we ship that out. Then I want to show you your headlights on the unit. Very bright headlights. You're going to have headlights and you're going to have tail lights, and then you're going to have turn signals on both sides, and then you also have your hazard lights as well. So those are not going to be your typical, small scooter lights. Those are going to be a lot brighter of a light that is going to then actually stand out at night and be very visible if you do have to drive this unit in the dark. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this chair outside, do some more driving demonstrations, and show you the attendant control some more. So go ahead and follow me out there. All right, so what we have here is the Permobil M3. This unit does top out at about 6 miles an hour. Once again, it is a mid-wheel drive chair, and here in a minute I'm going to show you that attendant control when I get out of the chair. But I want to kind of show you the turning radius on the chair. It does have a very good turning radius. And once again, Permobil is probably one of the most comfortable chairs for driving on the market. It is just very, very smooth. I mentioned to you earlier that it had that 12-inch seat lift, and it is going to be at a reduced speed when the seat is elevated, because my button did turn yellow on the ICS box, which does mean reduced speed. So I'm going to show you, I believe it's about 3 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm getting 3.1 miles an hour top end speed with the seat elevated. You can drive it while you're still elevating the seat, because even right now it's not all the way at the full height position. It is still going up just a little bit, but you are still able to drive it. It is very stable. And if you want to see kind of reference wise, I'm 6 foot tall, about 210 pounds. You can kind of see what I look like sitting in this chair. It's kind of hard to see because I have a jacket on. It's actually cold in Florida this morning, but these are going to be your chest laterals that are going to help you stay more upright in the chair. So if you have an individual that leans to one side, if you just did not have this arm support on there, there would be nothing really holding them in place. But with this pad on there, you can see it holds the person more upright. This does have a chest strap as well, so if you did want to use the chest strap to then hold them from falling forward, plus these laterals, that could be a very useful thing to have on the chair. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring this chair back down, and then I wanna show you that attendant control, because I think that somebody that's buying this chair, they're gonna buy it a lot because of that attendant control, because it is unique in the way how it does operate the chair. Once again, if I was in the need of a chair and had a caregiver, that's what I would want to give them, because that is going to be the easiest way to be able to drive the chair. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this on back here, flip the power over back to the back. So now from here, I am able to drive the chair. So if you can kind of see this from the video, you can see the handlebars right here. You're gonna have a forward and a reverse. Now you can hit this button and now this would be reverse and that would be forward. But just for easier ways of navigating, I'm gonna keep the right side as the forward. But all you have to do to turn the unit is just like a bicycle. So yes, you can do this with one hand, or it's a little bit easier with that push-pull type system. So you can see here, you are able to make somebody have a turn, and you are able to really just navigate them around very easily. Same with going backwards. Before I mentioned, if you have the little throttle on here on the regular attendant control, it does feel a little bit weird navigating somebody backwards. But with this, simply whatever way you think you need them to go with the handlebars. So if you've ever driven a bicycle before, you would be able to operate one of these. Once again, you can control the speeds with everything back here, and you do have a variable throttle, so if you were to hold that down just a little bit, or you were to fully accelerate that throttle, that will adjust your speeds. So once again, if you're looking for a chair that is going to be one of the highest end chairs on the market, and you do need that lateral guards, a chest strap, and this type of attendant control bracket on the back, go ahead and take a look at this Permobil M3.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.